everybody, I'm Bermuda.
And I'm Phil.
And we're Suddenly Ducks.
And today we're playing more Age of Heroes. And to tell us what was happening last time and everything, here, over to Aaron, our GM.
Thank you, Phil. So this week, our heroes have found themselves starting off in the city of Bronzegate, which they have traveled to since being tasked by a strange wizard that they met named Glassstaff in Haystack Hall, who has tasked them to kill a hag, and he gave them some sort of specific directions on how he believes they can do that without dying. Although I'm not sure our party even really knows what a hag is, he has warned them grievously about how dangerous they can be, and that is where we begin today, is Bronzegate. So you guys traveled from Haystack Hall. It took you about a day to get here. You got here late in the evening, and then you all stayed the night. You wake up the following morning. I believe your plan was to go into the Kingswood, but you guys have time in town. You can do whatever you'd like to do. If there is anything you want to do.
I think mainly we were just going to put Thrust in a stable, so we're not
Yes.
dragging him into the forest of danger.
Yeah, that'll cut your travel time down quite a bit, as well as where you're going. There are no roads, so taking a wagon there would involve a lot more work. You basically have to make a prepared road.
So what you're saying is where we're going, we don't need roads?
Yes, Phil.
Okay, thank you.
Should invent a time machine.
Okay, so we get into the DeLorean, and we go.
We're going 2 hexes.
We need some Libyans for the plutonium.
Roll to see
shit.
if you find plutonium in these hexes.
I'm sure in
See if you find
2016
Libyans.
you can pick up plutonium in any corner store, but in Westeros...
Maybe we can use this windmill in the top of town and get like 21.21 gigawatts or 1.21 gigawatts.
Well, it is the Stormlands. You'd probably catch a lightning strike.
Yeah, easy.
Okay, so I think we all prepared by buying more food before we left. I'm pretty sure that was the case.
Yes.
Chris, you were
No.
sleeping at the lady's house in a barn or something?
Oh no, I'm sleeping in the outskirts of town with
that
Toby,
was
right?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, what did you do with Toby?
I tied him to a tree, like fully tied him.
So he's got a chain that goes to a collar around his neck. What did you do with the chain? Is that what you tied to the tree?
I tied that first to a tree, and then I tied some rope
Around him, to the tree,
around
is
him.
it?
Yeah,
So he can't move, right?
he can't move at all.
It's not like he's tethered, he's just tied to a tree.
Okay,
Yeah.
make a straight dexterity check.
Come on, we
what,
can't
like a
lose Toby
save?
straight away.
You're gonna give him
Yeah,
terrible
D20
rope
plus
burn.
dex.
It's rope use.
Yeah, he can't get out of that.
Yeah.
We didn't lose our goblin slave on the first night.
So you awaken to Toby still tied to the tree. You secured him down quite well, so you really didn't move throughout the night.
Do we know what goblins
Morning.
eat? Is it normal food?
Don't they just eat anything?
They're like goats, man.
That's what I think.
So racist.
Because maybe we can feed him his favourite food and slowly tame him.
Wow, this isn't dark. Okay, give him some Majo berries.
So you just woken up, sorry, and Barak said morning to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks pretty displeased with the situation he's in.
Like, alright, I untie him. Still holding his, like, chain.
Kiss him good morning.
Yeah, so you let him off of the tree, and he sort of like is looking at you with sort of like inquisitive eyes. You can tell he's sort of like questioning his situation, but at the moment he's not struggling to get away from you.
I just say, like, what is it?
Yeah, he mutters something in Goblin, but doesn't respond to you in Common.
It's rude to not answer me. Answer.
Yeah, he doesn't say anything.
Oh.
I smack him. I smack him on the head
Roll for damage.
with my staff. Well, it's lightly. It's not like I'm not intending to like kill him, but
You can just deal it as non-lethal, essentially.
All right. So do I just like roll quarterstaff then?
Oh, you hit him with your quarterstaff? Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll a quarterstaff damage.
We are off to a great start.
So yep, you smash him with the quarterstaff, and he falls over unconscious.
Brilliant.
Well, I didn't want. Oh fuck me! All right, I just carry him.
Use your hand next time.
Well, I'm learning a lot about pimping today. Don't use your staff. Just use the back of your hand. That's
So
fine.
you pick up the body of the unconscious goblin and sling it over your shoulder.
Yeah. So have we spoken about like a meeting place or something?
I think we probably would have. We were going to leave town in the morning to go to the place, right?
And I know where we're going, so I'll just like wait at that road,
Mm-hmm.
like in the outskirts of town.
Okay. I think we all slept in. I think Tynan slept in a room with me and Cecilia.
Maybe.
Yeah, and Phoebus got his own or her own room.
Yeah, when you guys wake up, you notice that Tynan is nowhere to be found. And instinctively, you go to the jail, and he isn't there either.
Oh, good. He broke out of jail.
Oh, good. They executed him.
Well, we know he's
fine.
He's good at being stealthy, so he could be around us, watching from the shadows.
Half the time, I don't even notice he's with us when he is.
Should we speak to Phoebus? Phoebus, do you know where Tynan has gone? Can't find him.
No idea, human.
He didn't say
You have
anything?
no idea. Oh, okay.
I was alone in my room.
Good point. We better check we have all our valuables.
Yes, he could have taken. I checked my bags. I imagine I'm finding everything still there.
Yeah, you don't find anything stolen.
Well, if he's not at the prison, then he's not here. I'm sure he'll turn up.
Is he in the cart?
He's
Cecilia checks the cart.
Yeah, you don't find him anywhere you look.
Okay. So he was in the room with me and you, but when we woke up he was gone?
Yep, you wake up and he's not there.
Alright. Okay, Cecilia just leaves a message with the innkeeper or whoever is responsible for the rooms. Just if a little man comes back looking for us, just
Turn left and to what directions?
yeah. Tell him we've left and we expect to be back in a fortnight if we don't see him sooner. So.
Oh, tell him. The tavern keeper responds.
Thank you.
Well, let's go out. Are you ready? Are you ready to leave, Phoebus? If you've keyed your mic, Phoebus, and it didn't happen, feel free to key it again because we didn't hear you say anything. If you've gone for a gigantic dump and not said anything also, that's cool.
Oh, I heard a moan.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, there we go. We didn't hear you. We saw your light lighting up, but we didn't hear your voice until just now.
Oh,
I think the push-to-talk settings might be very slightly off, and it's cutting off the start of what you're saying, which also might be if you say, like, yes or something, might completely cut it off.
maybe. Yeah. Maybe it's lag. Because, again, my connection is shit.
So, are you ready to leave, Phoebus?
I don't see any reason why I wouldn't be.
Okay.
Excellent. I believe we'll be meeting Barak outside of town.
Why?
Can't bring a goblin into town.
Especially not this town.
I probably won't enjoy what I see, would I?
The goblin?
He is pretty ugly.
But far be it from us to dictate, Barak's taste in partners.
Well, anyway, onwards. And I imagine we meet Barak outside of town.
Yeah, I'm just standing there with, like, Toby. Has he woken up yet, or...?
How long's it been?
I don't know, like, since...
Half
Because
an
that
hour?
happened in the
It's been-
morning.
It's been one-ish hour, I'd say, because we went to check
Yeah.
the prison, we looked around and stuff like that,
check
and he
the
wasn't around.
stables, yeah.
Roll a d4, Chris. He wakes up in one more hour after that.
Alright. So I'm just standing there with him on my shoulder.
Yeah, you guys see your druidic friend with an unconscious goblin slung over one of his shoulders.
Having trouble waking our friend up this morning?
What are you
Well,
doing with the goblin over your shoulder?
He was mouthing off. Well, not mouthing off, that was the problem, but, well, he'll wake up soon, I think.
Yes, Phoebus, we spoke to a goblin that we saved, and we thought the best way to make him appear as no danger to any, if we go into a town with him, is to make it appear that he was our slave. If it goes badly, well,
It's okay.
we can always tie him to a tree.
But
Well-
why do you have a goblin?
Why
He
not?
may have useful information and help us with this quest we're on.
And if he doesn't?
Well,
he can
then-
still serve us.
Yeah, he can serve our needs in ways.
We've come to love the little
Goblins
guy.
deserve to be exterminated. Nothing more. They're nothing but beasts.
The world is not black and white, Phyllis.
He also speaks common when he's awake.
Well, sometimes.
Well, we have a place to get to.
Right, so as you head into the forest, somebody rolls survival to see how well you're able to navigate following the directions you've been given.
Let's see.
Here we go.
Come on!
Wow,
Yeah!
that's a good survival roll.
You had a good night's sleep, didn't you, Beric?
Yeah, with fucking Toby.
So you guys start making your way into the Kingswood under the guidance of Beric, who deftly is able to sort of read the signs that were given to you by Glassstaff and sort of navigate, as best that he can, following those without, the ability to look up at the sky, and in such a dark, dim area. It's not long before you guys find yourself not just moving through the thick, dense forest that you've grown to know when it comes to the Kingswood, but actually you find like your feet starting to get stuck in the ground as the ground gets more and more soggy. And it's not long before you are essentially in more of a bog than it is a forest, and the terrain is now quite difficult as each step, you're sinking in like past the ankle into the sort of spongy, soggy ground that tries to essentially like suck you in feet first. Is there anything you guys want to do as you continue?
Try to stick to the base of trees because their roots might offer like sturdier ground.
Yeah, Cecilia finds a branch or two to sort of like help support her weight a bit and steady herself. I've walked through swamps before. You need sticks.
Right, does Toby have problems walking there?
Yeah, his feet are even seeming to like sink down into the mud-like mixture that is the ground you guys are standing on.
I just like, here, I'll help you. And I sling him on my shoulder again.
Okay.
And I do the same as the others. Just like...
Yep, so you guys, do as best you can to use walking sticks and anything else you can find, try to find the sturdier ground, but it's still pretty hard going. The sticks even that you're using to like move along, sink deeply into the ground. And then almost seemingly out of nowhere, you find yourselves in like a bit of a mist. Like the air itself starts to get thick, and it's not long before visibility starts to become restricted by like a fog that is filling up the bog. As you get deeper and deeper into it, it gets thicker and thicker.
Toby, this is the way to your camp. You must have came through this way to get to the town. Do you know what is happening?
He shakes his head.
You came this way to get there, or
he shakes his head no.
Well, shit.
So far, he's useless for information.
He looks really uneasy in here too.
I pat him on the head. There. Don't be afraid.
If I were any good at climbing, I'd climb a tree to see above this fog, but alas.
Could you hold this guy? And I toss Toby to man him.
I hold his chains.
And I turn into a spider. One of those wolf spiders.
A giant wolf spider?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you guys see the body of Beric sort of like stretch and elongate and turn into this spider form and sprout like, thick bristly spider hairs before scurrying up one of the massive trees.
Yep.
And the tree truly is massive. You go hundreds and hundreds of feet up into the air. I mean, you can almost you pretty much can't see the ground by the time you're at the top of the tree. But on your way up, I don't know, a couple 100 feet up, you actually pop through the fog before you reach the top of the actual canopy itself. And you look out, and it's sort of just like a sea of white above the fog, essentially.
A sea of white.
Yep, like the fog looks almost like an Arctic landscape itself, sort of sitting. And you can actually see it's almost like in a bowl shape. Like the bog itself is actually lower elevation than the rest of the forest. So it's almost like the mist or whatever has sunk down into this location.
Right.
But you do see in the very center of the fog, there's sort of like a clear spot, almost like an eye.
I note that location down in my head, and I guess I can't see anything else, so I'll just climb down.
Yeah, you scurry down the tree. Climbing isn't really a problem for you. There's plenty of handholds and everything to make your way down. You're back at the ground floor, giant spider that you are.
Ding.
And I turn back into Barrick.
What did you see, Barrick?
Well, there's an eye of this fog where there's no fog, and it's that way, and I point towards it.
Should we go to that, or do we just sort of skirt around this area? And is that
it would seem like it's emanating from there.
Is that where we need to be going?
Sounds like that's something a hag would do, right?
Well, I mean, we're not supposed to go and confront them directly. We're just supposed to get close enough that we can watch them and wait for one of them to get separated from the others.
Well.
And I think we went right to where they all are, then we're gonna be... That's our goose cooked.
I don't know about you, but I can't see shit in this fog.
Yeah, I'd like to actually get out of the fog until it dissipates, because I don't think we can even observe through
unless
this
it's
fog.
a magical presence.
I got an idea. Let's. Were there more trees like this, all the way there, Aaron?
Yeah, up until you get to where the fog has broken, and there is mostly absent of trees. There's a little clearing almost.
If we go to the edge, we could all climb a tree and watch them.
How can we all climb trees? Unless... What if you were a spider again and you wrapped us up and then put us up a tree? But I don't know.
That's what I thought. And I could make a web up in the tree, and we could sit on that.
Like a hammock.
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah? You think you're strong enough to hoist us? Oh, well.
Well.
I've seen spiders take on prey that was larger than them, so I suppose it's possible.
But I mean, is this actually the place that we're looking for? I mean, is that the direction we're supposed to be going? The center of this storm of the mist is where we were told the hags would be, or is this something different?
Yeah, it does line up with the directions you've been given.
Okay. Well, we can't traverse this fog at the top of the trees if we just carefully make our way. And then get to the eye of the mist. We can see what happens from there. Sounds like a good plan as any.
So you guys right now are standing in the swamp or the bog, if you will. The mist around you is dense enough that you can't see more than like probably 50 feet in any given direction. Are you going to continue on towards the eye of the storm that Barrick saw?
Might as well.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's magical, it'll be here forever. If it's like a normal effect of the elements, then it might go later on in the day, but we don't know. So,
But the description sounds magical.
yeah, if there's an empty spot in the centre of it, it sounds magical to me. I say we push on. Just be careful.
Yeah, I wouldn't want anything sneaking up on us when we can't see very far.
Alright, so you guys keep making your way through the bog as Barrick leads you. Let's go ahead and get a marching order. So I'm going to move you to a little map.
Well, I'm leading, so I'm in the front.
I'll be second then.
I'll be third.
I'll bring up the rear.
Alright, so as you guys start making your way further through the mists, everybody make a perception check.
Can't see shit, Captain.
I'm going to move you to the map now. So you guys are sort of moving from the bottom left of the map to the top right of the map. You can arrange yourselves however you'd like. And all of you have like a really uneasy feeling. But none of you really like have noticed or seen anything in particular that is like you would consider a threat. And so you get to about where you are right there, and Barrick, you could have sworn that like as you're moving through the swamp, that the mist itself almost like took on the shape of like a sinister face. And then you turned to see the sort of pattern that you recognized out of the corner of your eye. And when you actually looked there, it was just, regular mist once again. Yeah, you were sort of freaked out enough by this to stop. And that's where you guys are standing right now.
What is it, Barrick?
There's something in the fog.
It figures.
So, since I haven't really used any spells, and I don't really remember the rules for it. Like, can I use all the druid spells under my command, or do I have to like pick stuff?
You gotta pick
All right,
each for the day.
Yeah, okay, never mind, then I don't do anything.
Yeah, what you do you have a spell section on your character sheet, right?
Yeah, but I haven't like filled everything in there.
Oh.
Or anything.
Yeah, you need to just
I have,
put down the spells that you plan on using in the spell section under each level, and the ones that you prepared, you check next to them. So do that right now before we do anything else. Like, you need to, at the very minimum, write down which spells are prepared on your sheet. Otherwise, you don't have any prepared.
Yeah.
Just like Phil also has to do that.
Yeah, every spellcaster, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this, has to write down what spells
before
they
I
prepare
wrote
on their
it,
sheet each day.
before I wrote down in the bio just quickly when we were playing, and then I never really use anything except cure wounds and speak with animals.
Yeah, if you don't
like-
update your list, then whatever
Yeah.
you wrote down previously is what you have prepared. So you're going to
Yeah,
want to
okay, yeah.
update that every time you take a long rest, unless you want those same spells.
Yeah, we just leveled up, right? So, I wouldn't. Yeah. Never mind. I don't have any spells. Let's just keep walking. I just have like speak with animals and cure wounds
You have
And,
access to level 2 spells.
and tangle. Yeah, but I ain't changing them now. That's cheating. So, but I will in the future.
Well, if you know what level 2 spells you want to have prepared, you have the chance to do it now really quickly. But
Well,
If
that
you
would be
don't
so
do it now-
metagaming just using warding wind here. So,
well, the thing is, you have a limited number of spells to prepare. So if you use Warding Wind now, that means you're not going to be able to use another spell later.
yeah.
Say Warding Wind or Warding Bond?
Warding
Wind.
Wind. It's from Elemental Evil.
Oh,
Well, it says in the spell thing I have that I can use it, but
It's not that big of a deal.
no.
can someone send me the Elemental Evil book? Because I don't have
Sure.
that one.
Give me a minute.
Whoops.
Ignore that.
Yeah, so you guys are standing in the middle of the swamp. What are you going to do?
Raise my shield in a guarding fashion.
Yeah, Cecilia's going to just, prepare a stance. Get ready with
I always
her
have my
spear.
crossbow out.
We're still moving forward, right?
I think we've stopped.
I'd say we continue moving forward if there's nothing going on.
Yeah, I'm just super alert and keep moving.
Okay, half speed maybe, just so we can all watch our backs.
Yeah, you guys are already moving half speed, as everything here is difficult terrain.
I mean, half the speed that we were moving.
Going
Being
very
Quarter
slowly.
speed.
extra careful.
Well, you guys should be able to move your tokens. All right, and Barrick, when you step to there, go ahead and everybody roll initiative.
A fine roll.
Is that right?
Wow.
Yeah, that 7's compensating for the 18 I rolled on zombies.
Looks like we'll be kill stealing. If we don't die, that is.
Cecilia will be ahead of Manon as well.
Oh shit. Never mind. Oh, it's just me putting that in.
So I need Cecilia, Manon, and Barrick to all make strength saving throws. I'm sorry, strength checks, not saving throws. Oh, no, I was wrong. It was a saving throw.
Okay.
But Barrick and Cecilia, you both succeeded. So just
Make up your mind!
make a strength saving throw. Yeah, basically, as you guys are walking, all of a sudden the like plant life around you just like starts sprouting like vines that reach up and start like circling around your legs, and trying to basically restrain you to the forest or swamp floor. But all of you are able to just like lift your legs up out of the like thick muck and just snap the vines off as that happens. Then, sort of off to your left, you catch out of the corner of your eye two very strange-looking figures. They're essentially made out of the forest itself. They're like if a bunch of vines off of a tree just sort of like animated themselves into a humanoid form, and they come rushing at Manon and Phoebus. AC 14 to hit you, Phoebus.
No.
And the one that attacks Manon rolls a natural 1. So it just both of them rush forward, but you guys are like so paranoid at this point that you're able to easily get your defenses up and reflect their attacks. Then out of the fog comes shooting these like almost like massive like spines or darts that are made up of like almost like large cactus needles or something, and they come shooting at Phoebus, Cecilia, and Manon. So another natural 1 against Manon, AC 18 against Cecilia, and AC 16 against Phoebus.
Misses.
It hits me, but I can also deflect missiles at my level, which reduces the damage.
Okay, yeah, you can definitely do that if you want.
Yeah.
I think
So I roll a d10 as d10 plus 5. I reduce the damage by that much.
And that's exactly how much you were going to take. So basically, out of the corner of your eye, you see this like projectile coming at you, and you just instinctively whirl and deflect it with your forearm, and it like, gets deflected off into the woods and smacks into a tree.
That means you catch it. You can shoot it back if you want.
Gain 1 dart.
A cactus dart. Yeah, I guess I'll just hang on to that in my hand. I don't think I
No,
get...
it means you
Deflect it
need to
right
shoot
back.
it now. Yeah.
Okay, then.
Oh.
Do I have to roll for that, or, does it use the same...
Yeah, it's like an attack.
Is it
A
literally
normal
just
attack, you
use
have
the dart
proficiency.
once she's done? Should we just roll dart that she already has a thing
Yeah, I can roll dart. I don't think it hits anything, though.
Yeah, you don't hear any noises that would indicate that you hit an enemy, but you're not really sure. And then Barrick, you can actually see, well, all of you can see, there's also a mass of tangled vines that sort of, when those vines came up and tried to grab the three of you, you actually saw like there was motion here and here. And upon seeing the other sort of like vine-like creatures attack your friends, you realized what those massive vines were. Also, you guys can't see these guys clearly, but you know where the shots came from, so I'm going to mark them as well. So these guys here. So you know what square they're in, but you can't like directly see them, so attacks on them will be at disadvantage.
Okay.
And that brings us back to Beric.
Alright. So I would recognize, like, the first thing would be, like, the first thing that would happen would, like, seem to me like it was an entangle spell, like I have.
Yeah, it wasn't totally unlike that.
So I would shout out in Druidic, you know, we are not your enemies, and then I would turn into a bear.
And attack them like they were enemies.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna attack the one that Manon's on.
Yeah, so it's crazy. What once looked like a human made out of vines, standing there in front of Manon now, like as it sort of stopped moving, it looks once again just like a tangled mass of plant matter. Like you know that it's there and you can like see it, but it doesn't look like a creature once again.
Hmm. I'll still attack it. No bite.
Yeah, you go in. You actually bite into the massive vines, but you find that they're much harder than you expected them to be.
And the claw?
And yeah, so you with that you sort of like step back or like make some room and then swing a massive claw into the vines as hard as you can, and you actually manage to find purchase. Roll damage.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah, so you slash into the massive vines, and it sort of wreathes, and you can sort of see its shape gets outlined once again as it like starts moving a little bit. And then this one here and this one here do the same thing. So I need Manon and Cecilia, or rather I need, Manon and Cecilia and Phoebus all to make, actually every single one of you needs to make a strength saving throw.
Whoa.
No. Actually, that wouldn't be mine, actually.
Well,
Hang on.
Wouldn't matter.
I guess, yeah.
So all of you except for Cecilia find the vines wrapping around your body, basically, and sort of like holding you in place. You are all restrained. And then a volley of needles come through. And they shoot at everyone except for Phoebus. So AC 10 for Cecilia, AC 5 for Manon, and AC 19 for Beric.
I'm fine.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Yeah, it misses me, so I guess I don't have to deflect after all. Oh, is it a reaction? That's my deflection. Okay.
Yeah.
So you take 6 points of piercing damage, Barrick, as a maybe like a 5-inch long needle sinks into your hide. Phoebus,
Cool.
it's your turn.
I'll break out. That's
So
my turn.
you use your action to basically like rip your limbs free from the vines. You still have your bonus action, and you can move if you want.
Yeah, I don't have a bonus action, and I'm fine where I am.
All right, Cecilia.
I would like... I can still move properly, right?
Correct. Yeah, you were not restrained.
So I'd like to get up in this guy's face, or whatever he has that approximates a
Up into his
face.
vines.
Get in his vines. Grab his grapes and squeeze. No,
Today we're making wine.
I'll make him wine.
Yeah, that hits.
And as an added bonus,
Yes, you sink your spear like deep into the massive vines, and you retract it with sort of like a pale, milky sort of like vine juice on it, essentially. And then you go to smash the massive vines, but this time they've sort of like taken form and they move out of your way, sort of once again highlighting its humanoid-like shape. Is that your turn?
yes, it is.
Brings up Manon. You can see this creature in front of you has sort of like started to move once again, and it's definitely about to like take another slash at you when available.
I will bring my warhammer down on the vine creature in front of me.
Yeah, and as it like sort of raises almost like an arm of vines to slash at you, you bring your warhammer down on its what you could presume is its equivalent to like a torso.
Does it look well damaged or just...
Yeah, you sort of like tear into some of the vine material, and you can definitely tell like you found solid purchase and the creature's injured.
I, fueled by the rage of bringing a hammer down and doing so much damage to the creature, call upon my war priest powers to bring it down once again in the same place.
Yep, and that hits as well as you just further pound your hammer deeper into the creature's vine-like body.
Isn't Manon restrained?
Does that stop me doing...
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you have to roll with disadvantage. So we'll just
Oh.
say that was your first attack. Roll 2 more times for your second
Okay.
attack.
I will be using my guided strike to add 10 to that 11.
Yep, so that hits. Or rather, what had happened previously still happens. Brings up Barrick.
Right.
You are wrapped in vines.
Yeah. Can I just break out of it? Like try to? At least is that a
Yes,
strength
you can
test?
make a strength check as your action.
11.
Yeah, so try as you might, the vines sort of have you. You basically have a flashback to when you tied Toby up or your goblin to the tree, and you're like, oh, this is what it's like. You can take a bonus action or well, you can't move. So if you have a bonus action, you can take it.
Well, I don't think I have a bonus action as a bear. I guess.
Your bonus action is to go. Roar!
I roar. We're not your enemies. Bear. Well, not in bear, but trying to.
Alright, so this one by you, Hariel, shifts over to here and then does its like vine thing again. So Cecilia and Phoebus both make strength saving throws.
Uses Vine Whip. Super effective.
Got me this time.
Yeah, so you guys are both restrained as he almost like plunges his hands like down into the ground and then like vines shoot up around you.
Pervert.
Enough hentai to know where this is going.
Oh.